The longevity economy isn't about old people. It's about the biggest economic shift almost nobody is preparing for. While headlines focus on artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, and space technology, a far larger transformation is quietly reshaping global markets. People are living longer, healthier, and wealthier lives than any generation before them. That means they are working longer, spending longer, investing longer, and influencing economies for decades beyond traditional retirement. The question isn't whether this market will grow. It's whether businesses will recognize it before their competitors do. For more than a century, the economic model was simple. Study, work for 40 years, retire, then gradually leave the marketplace. That formula is becoming obsolete. Advances in medicine, nutrition, technology, and financial planning have extended healthy life expectancy, creating an entirely new stage of adulthood. Millions of people in their 60s and 70s are launching businesses, consulting, mentoring, learning new skills, and remaining active consumers. Retirement is no longer the end of economic participation. It has become the beginning of a second productive chapter, forcing businesses to rethink who their customers really are. Here's the contradiction. Most companies still design products and marketing campaigns around younger generations because they assume youth drives innovation and spending. Yet in many developed economies, people over 60 control a disproportionate share of personal wealth, property ownership, investments, and discretionary income. They travel, purchase premium services, invest in healthcare, education, financial advice, and increasingly adopt digital technology. The stereotype that older adults resist innovation is fading quickly. If you're fascinated by the trends shaping tomorrow's economy before they become headlines, subscribe now, because this is only the beginning. One company recognized this opportunity early: Apple. Instead of creating products aimed exclusively at younger consumers, Apple quietly expanded accessibility across its ecosystem. Features like health monitoring, fall detection, emergency alerts, hearing support, larger interfaces, and intuitive design improved life for older users without branding them as senior products. The result was a broader customer base and stronger loyalty across every age group. Apple proved that designing for longevity often creates better products for everyone, turning inclusion into a competitive advantage rather than a niche strategy. The longevity economy reaches far beyond healthcare. Banks are redesigning retirement planning because retirement may now last 30 years instead of 10. Universities are expanding lifelong learning programs as careers become longer and less predictable. Travel companies are creating premium experiences for healthy retirees with both time and purchasing power. Housing developers are investing in communities that combine accessibility with independence rather than institutional care. Every additional healthy year generates demand for products and services that barely existed a generation ago, opening markets that continue growing as populations age. Toyota offers another powerful example. Rather than focusing only on faster cars or entertainment features, the company invested heavily in driver assistance technologies, mobility solutions, and robotics that help aging populations remain independent. Toyota recognized that transportation in the future is not simply about movement, but about preserving quality of life. By redefining itself as a mobility company instead of only an automobile manufacturer, Toyota positioned itself to benefit from demographic trends that will continue for decades. The companies winning tomorrow are solving problems created by longer lives, not simply selling products. What makes this transformation remarkable is that it doesn't only create new customers, it creates a new workforce. Many experienced professionals are choosing consulting, entrepreneurship, teaching, advisory roles, and digital businesses after leaving traditional employment. Their decades of expertise have become valuable assets in an economy where knowledge, relationships, and judgment often matter more than physical labor. Businesses struggling with talent shortages are beginning to recognize that experience is not an outdated resource, but an increasingly scarce competitive advantage. If you enjoy uncovering hidden forces that shape business and society, subscribe to 300 Seconds University for high-density insights in under 5 minutes. The deeper implication is that longevity changes nearly every industry simultaneously. Healthcare becomes prevention instead of treatment. Education becomes lifelong instead of front-loaded. Financial planning shifts from saving for retirement to funding multiple careers. Artificial intelligence becomes a tool that extends productivity rather than replacing workers entirely. Governments must rethink labor markets, pensions, housing, and public services because populations are no longer aging according to 20th century assumptions. Few demographic changes have ever affected so many sectors at the same time. The biggest mistake is believing this trend matters only to older adults. Entrepreneurs should see new markets. Investors should see long-term growth. Employers should rethink hiring. Young professionals should realize they may have careers lasting 50 or even 60 years, requiring continuous learning and reinvention. The longevity economy is not about preparing for retirement. It is about preparing for a world where longer lives reshape consumption, innovation, wealth creation, and competitive advantage across every generation. The next trillion-dollar opportunity won't come from helping people live forever. It will come from helping billions of people live longer, healthier, more productive, and more fulfilling lives. The longevity economy is already transforming global business, but most people haven't noticed because they're still looking at yesterday's markets. The biggest market nobody talks about may soon become the one nobody can afford to ignore.